Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Time About the Movies. We're taking a look at the one movie of April 15, 2005. Why is this a special episode? Because this movie that we've got here is absolutely incredible. Stop me if you've heard this before. A remake of a classic 1970s movie produced by Michael Bay and... Okay, you want me to stop? It's the Amityville Horror.
What you know about how these deaths occurred.
The 6 members of the family were found last night in bed, shot, and killed.
Isn't it unusual to have 6 members of a family on 2 separate floors, shot, and nobody moved from their beds?
Police in charge, 23-year-old Ronald DeFeo Jr. The accused claims he heard voices coming from within the house telling him to murder his family.
I'll give it this. It's a pretty damn good teaser trailer. Unfortunately, the movie itself is about what you'd expect for a type of movie like this. This is, of course, based off of the 1979 film with the same name, which was in turn based off of the book, which was based on a supposed true story about what actually happened with this house in particular. As the film shows, it documents the experiences of the Lutz family, played by Ryan Reynolds and Melissa George, and also featuring the film debut of Chloe Grace Moretz, after they moved into a house at 112 Ocean Avenue, Long Island. And in 1974, a real-life mass murderer, Ronald DeFeo Jr., killed 6 members of his family at the same house in Amityville, New York. And if you know the Amityville Horror, you pretty much know exactly how this is going to turn out, which basically means that, yeah, this family ain't making it out alive, pretty much. And, yeah, this is, okay, technically they do kind of make it out, at least in the original film they do, but, it's pretty much the same ending as the original film, except in this version, they decide to add another level to it. As it turns out, not only does the Lutz family get out alive, that's where the original movie ended, but no. We gotta add more scare factors to it. We gotta leave the audience screaming for more. So the little girl, Jody, she's shown standing in the now empty house, screaming in terror while the house rearranges itself back to its original state. And then she is pulled beneath the floor by a pair of disembodied hands so that the terror can begin again. Because that's clearly the lamest attempt to try to continue a film series after the original film. Because the original film, no, having them just leave is not enough. No, we gotta sequel bait the hell out of this. And yeah, this is a really bad movie. This is a really, really bad film, but I mean, give it credit, it's trying to capture the spirit of the original film, and it does it almost well. Ryan Reynolds, I think, is pretty good, playing a very serious role, and I think he does it pretty well here for the most part. But, you know, Melissa George has some good moments here and there. Philip Baker Hall has some good moments here and there, but as Father Calloway. But for the most part, yeah, this is pretty much a straightforward Amityville film that you've seen done to death, except it's a Michael Bay-produced Amityville Horror movie, so that means we gotta up the ante. We gotta make it cool for the teenagers who are gonna see this on opening weekend and then never come back to it again, because they got to go on their dates, they got to make whoopee at the end of it, or even during the movie. They accomplished what they were going to do during that weekend, and then they never went back to this movie ever again. And yeah, this is a film that just really, really is not a good movie. And in fact, it was so bad, the real George Lutz actually tried to sue the filmmakers at the time of his death in May 2006. So that's how much that this movie was universally hated, when even the people who are behind this movie are telling you it's a steaming pile of garbage. So So yeah, that is pretty much everything you need to know about this movie. It's a movie that is pretty much about as generic as you can get. It's a Michael Bay produced horror remake, and this was kind of the turning point for his movies, because Texas Chainsaw Massacre was a really good remake. This is where the turnaround begins to take its toll, and literally every remake Michael Bay has produced has been always sequel based, and does it in a way that is so poorly executed. Like Friday the 13th, the 2009 remake, sequel based itself with a really lame ending that isn't even remotely as intriguing or as scary as the 1980 version, or even the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, which has the original had a sequel baited, but it was done in a way that was actually terrifying and actually kind of silly too. But here in the remake, it's just very silly. But we'll eventually delve into those remakes and when we get to them eventually. But so yeah, not much more to say about the Amityville Horror. But why did I say that this was a special episode if I'm just talking about a really terrible horror remake? Well, there is something that is notable about this particular weekend, April 15th, 2005, that I'm going to show you. And that is the fact that this date, April 15th, 2005, was actually the very first video show I ever did in which I reviewed movies. It was a show called the FR Weekend Entertainment Planner, and it was part of several projects I did in high school, in my last couple years in high school, working in the media, during the media classes. I would stay there before and after school, and working on several projects in general. And if you don't believe me that I was very busy, check this out. I've shown these a couple times in my DVD collection videos, but if you have never seen them before, all of this right here is all my work that I did at Franklin Regional. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the proper way to take the DVD and download it into the computer, because I don't have one of those players that can do that. But I can show you some stuff from these particular videos, and as you can see, I made these covers myself, and that's my drawing style. So I have talking about the movies, the movie, the final 5 episodes, Line Rider the movie, which I made a Line Rider movie, basically putting a camera in front of the computer in 2006 and making a Line Rider movie out of that. The final episode, which I'm going to show you in just a little bit here, because you're going to get to see me 20 years ago. Celebrity Jeopardy, which I made with some friends as part of a video project. Probably my magnum opus, which I'll definitely be showing you some of this. Batman vs. Superman, which is slightly better than the actual Batman v Superman we got, but it at least is. But you'll see what I mean. It's not really what you think it is, but and then of course the original series, the last season of the show I did. But what you're going to see is some clips from back in 2007. 2007 at first, then 2005. As I show off the very first clips from the FR Weekend Entertainment Planner, which was the original name of talking about the movies. And I gotta say, almost 20 years ago that this video, the first part of this video was made, and I really have not changed that much since then. You're gonna see what I'm talking about in just a minute. Take a look at this.
Hello, I'm Aaron Favo, and well, here it is, the final episode of Talking About the Movies. I'm standing here in the room where it all began, April 15th, 2005. I distinctly remember that day, the day when I first started the original Talking About the Movies, the FR Weekend Entertainment Planner. Back then, I didn't have a knack for reviewing movies. And, I don't know what to say. What basically happened was, we did about 7 episodes. I think 6 of them got on the air. I don't know what happened to the 7th one. Anyway, I haven't seen these since the last time they ever aired on television. So just sit back, relax, and let's take a look at these classic episodes, the original FR Weekend Entertainment Planner for the first. These are being seen for the first time since the show ended. So take a look. Welcome to your FR Weekend Entertainment Plan Hide and Seek, so rate 2, the Amityville Horror. The interpreter is a lot like love. Is King's ransom.
Yeah, not much has really changed with me since then, honestly. I mean, I still kind of look the way I do back then. Obviously a lot older. I've got the mustache. I've got like the grainy, hair on my face and all that type of stuff, and I'm obviously 20 years older. But for the most part, my body really has not changed that much, surprisingly. And yeah, you see the clips there. I just, because basically what I did back then was where they do the news show there. I just put myself in the room where like they run the cameras and all that, and I would print posters up with the color printer that we have, and I would just tell people the movies that are coming out that particular weekend. And that eventually evolved into getting trailer clips from the show Coming Attractions, and then eventually the next year, it eventually led me to be writing putting together the Talking About the Movies TV show, and it led me to other projects I did on the side, such as the aforementioned Batman v Superman, which is a movie that I made specifically with Batman and Superman action figures. Now, unfortunately, I cannot show you all the clips from this movie, again, because I don't have the technology, I don't have the thing to download the DVD into the computer to upload it on there. But I will tell you that these are action figures that I'm using. And I use copyrighted music, so the music is going to be muted for the stuff that I'm going to show you here. But here's a little taste of what I did with Batman vs. Superman in 2007. Obviously, I have to mute this because of copyrighted music that I use here, but you see Batman and Superman, the figures are about to begin their epic brawl, and of course Batman takes the first attack, if you will. And there goes Superman with the special effects that I used back in the day, and oh, here's a good one. Watch the Superman figure. And ba-boom. And then here's Superman getting a couple of cracks at Batman, and then this happens. And then here comes Superman, and boom. Where does Batman go? Right into the television, the school television, mind you, and kind of an homage to Superman 2 there. That's what I was trying to do with that back in the day. Then here's Batman and Superman flying in the hallway of the high school, and then probably the most cinematic shot of this whole thing in particular. And if you wanted to know who won this battle at the end, let's go ahead and watch the end credits. Not the end credits, the final scene. Who wins the battle between Batman and Superman in this movie? So here we go, the final climactic battle of the movie, and again, did not have the best editing techniques back then. So here, I actually had to tape them together because they kept falling apart whenever I kept doing that. And then, oh no, it's Batman. Batman's gonna lose this battle here. And yeah, I wanted to have like this big cinematic shot here, but yeah, as you can see, he fell off, and I just said, screw it, just flicked Batman across the room. This whole movie was nothing except for just watching me just throw action figures across the room. And then, of course, as we pan back here, where is Superman? Where is he? He's tired, but he puts his fist up in victory. Yes, he has won the battle. The day is saved. He is the victor in this battle. But wait a minute, folks. There is a twist here. This is the part that I actually can show you without the copyrighted music. So ready for the biggest twist of the whole movie? Who's reading this? Oh my god, it's Spider-Man! It's a completely different studio altogether! How is this even possible? Yeah, to be perfectly honest, I just, that's supposed to be obviously a superhero. Oh, before I get to the alternate ending, I just want to say that, that was back in 2007, they had a lot of movies that had stingers at the end of it, teasing potential sequels. So I figured, what the hell, I'll do one. And then how about Spider-Man? Why not? Except for the fact that Batman and Superman are from DC, and Spider-Man is from Marvel Studios. But what about this alternate ending? What would have happened if Superman had won? If Superman had lost and Batman had won? Let's go ahead and see how that panned out, shall we? Yeah, that time I just threw both on the desk right there. That Batman's looking like he's ready to give the final blow. Superman is just defeated, down on his luck, and what does Batman do for one last time? He just goes ahead and flicks him off the thing that was supposed to be considered like the edge of the cliff or something. I don't know what I was planning, but there's Batman, and he's giving it the final kick. As you can see, I had a lot of time time on my hand making this movie. And Batman is victorious in this alternate ending. Yes, he's victorious in the end. In this alternate ending. And then, of course, the cinematic backdrop. And this alternate ending also has its own twist at the end of it. And yes, I did those drawings as well. Who's reading the paper this time? Oh my God! It's Spider-Man again. Actually, that was actually supposed to be Ghost Rider, because I had this thing at the end of the credits, and here's the epic ending the last scene of the movie that's very reminiscent of the Schumacher Batman Forever and Batman and Robin end credits. The final scene where Batman and Robin are running towards the screen. This time it's Batman and Superman running towards the screen, and that's when the credits roll. And yeah, because this was 2007, so I decided to make the decree that Batman and Superman will return to fight in Batman and Superman versus Spider-Man and Ghost Rider, and not really. So yeah, that's a little bit of my Batman versus Superman movie. Needless to say, I think it's a lot better than the actual Batman v Superman movie that we actually got. Now be honest with yourself. Would you rather watch this movie that I made with me just basically taking a Batman and Superman action figure and letting them and just making them beat the crap out of each other for 20 minutes? Or would you rather watch Zack Snyder's Batman v Superman, This Generation's Phantom Menace? I personally would watch this again. But then again, I know people really like Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, but more power to you. I just don't like it. But not to say that this movie's any better, but at least this one's more fun, at least in my opinion, because it is Batman and Superman beating the crap out of each other. It has a twist that you do not see coming. So yeah, this is some fun stuff that I was able to find again. I wanted to find this, so that's why there was a little bit of delay getting this episode out there, because I wanted to show off what I did back in the day. And yeah, when I want to be able to show these on the YouTube channel, but I need to figure out I don't have this proper the proper things to use to download DVDs straight from the DVD player or the PlayStation 4 to the computer. So whenever that day comes, though, I will definitely show these off to you, because these are some good fond memories I had from making these videos back in the day. They were a lot of fun, and yeah. And yeah, this is more fun than talking more about the Amityville Horror, which is not a very good movie per se. But well, like I said, one day I'll go ahead and show the rest of these puppies to you. But for now, that's a little bit of a taste of what I used to do back in the day. Some good fun memories, and it's been 20 years since I saw that stuff. And it takes me back to the good old days, man. Like, yeah, you know, like the song goes, "Wish we could turn back time to the good old days." Yeah, good memories indeed. And so with that said, this wraps up a special edition of Time About the Movies. Next time we meet, we will take a look at some real movies again, with 3 movies, including Nicole Kidman starring in The Interpreter with Sean Penn, directed by Sidney Pollack, and we also have Ashton Kutcher and Amanda Peet in another movie, A Lot Like Love. They were both in a couple movies we've already looked at this year, Melinda and Melinda with Amanda Peet, and Guess Who with Ashton Kutcher. And we also have Anthony Anderson leading an all-star cast in King's Ransom. Not really an all-star cast, but names you'll be very familiar with once I actually show you some clips from it. But we'll take a look at those 3 movies on the next episode. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and if you want to see more videos like this, please hit the place on the next page, check out the previous episode, and also don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this on this channel. So, with that said, I am off. I will see you guys next time, and until then, as always, take care.